Links also have a path. The A in a link in HTML stands for what? Anchor. What the heck does anchor mean? Why did they call it link? Any ideas?
Because 4 letters and anchor is 1 letter.
Well, you got a point there, and that's kind of the name of the game. Anchor is a different use of the A tag. The A tag actually has two, I would consider them to be very different uses. When I say a href, it means I want a link. When I say a name, which I haven't illustrated on this page, I want an anchor. I want a place, a named place on my page. A little anchor, a little place that is a known location on the page. Why would I want a known location on my web page? Pardon?
Local navigation.
Local navigation, say more.
Well, to get to that spot.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be able to jump, to link directly to some spot in the middle of a page. And so I have to name that spot in the middle of the page, otherwise it doesn't know exactly where I want to go to. That's the A kind of reference of the A tag. So why they named it after that one instead of naming it after link? The reference, the anchor is really a minor usage of the tag. The major usage of the tag is for hyperlinks. Okay, so href is the place you want to link to, and it means hypertext reference, and it uses a path. Same path as we were talking about before, relative or absolute, depending on the necessity. And then at the end of that path, you have to have the name of the file. So let me just underline something that might dog you if you're not paying attention to the instructions in the workbook, and that is that the path includes the last trailing slash. The slash isn't part of the file name, the slash is part of the path. So if I have folder 1 / folder 2 / folder 3 / file name, that last slash is part of the path. It's not part of the file name. Okay, target. Target is where do I want this new page to display. The default, if I don't specify a target, is I want it to display in the same browser window that I have open now. So that's what we usually have, right? We click on a link and it opens in the same window. However, you know that you can click on links and have them open in different windows. How is that accomplished? Through the target. The target names a window. So I get to make up those names, but if I reuse the name, it'll reuse the window. So if I say target equals window 1, and I'm in my first browser window, window 1 will open up and it'll be named window 1. And then later on, I have another link to window 1. The content of window 1 will be replaced by the new file that I've clicked on. If in that second link I say window 2, a second window will open up named window 2. So this gives me a way of having all sorts of windows on the screen and being able to target certain content to different windows, wherever I want it to go. Okay, it can get confusing. I usually just use one single extra window unless there's something that I think people will want to have more than one thing on the screen going on. For example, in the workbook application, if you open up a video, it'll be in one kind of window. If you open up a website, it'll be in another kind of window because I don't want to replace the website you just clicked on with the video you clicked on next. I want to have one window for videos, one window for website, and I think there might even be a third window for slides or something like that. So you can have all these windows open simultaneously, and you're not replacing the content just because you clicked on something else. But that can be confusing, and I'm sure nobody here, even if you've done that, has actually consciously recognized that that's what's going on. However, now that you've got the architect perspective, you should start to think about that. How many windows is this application managing? How many different views are there? What's being targeted to different windows? It gives you a much more sophisticated view of what's going on a website than when you just click on stuff and say, oh, another window open. How do you like that? Okay, you should understand it now. Okay, there's certain things like, for example, _top that are used in specific instances, and this one is used in the instance of a frame page. So if you want to replace the entire frame, you use _top. If you want to replace only one area of that frame, are these answers, Jenna, or are these questions? Well, you'll put a question mark. They're answers, right? Mm-hmm. You'll put a question mark if you want to give me a question. Yeah. Okay. There's specific syntax for replacing the entire frame. If you want to target a page to a particular frame, you use the name of the frame. Okay, and you'll see that come up later in the course. So by the way, a lot of this stuff, and this is the end of this presentation, a lot of this stuff I'm telling you now because you're going to need it. So it may seem like I'm just downloading a bunch of information to you. I'm downloading exactly the information to you that will come up later that you're going to need to know. So you may or may not remember it all now, but remember that it's somewhere. Remember that somewhere I heard about targeting and replacing frame stuff, and where would that be? Oh, it's in links. Right, so let me go back there and review it. The point is not to completely understand and ingest and remember all this stuff. The point is to have it as a resource that you can come back to when you need it. Because you will need everything that I've talked about in one place or another.